Okay, so a while back they changed the dirty rat, so now instead of spawning the thing at the back, it spawns the 1-1 rat in the front. And pretty much the purpose of this is to activate herd effects, which unfortunately makes it still bad because most of the herd effects just don't scale into late game very well, so they just end up being kind of useless. And they're not good enough, like, on the turn that you buy them to actually go for, like, just pure tempo. So the start is actually pretty unusual for me. Usually I don't go for ants too often and crickets anymore, but it's in an arena, so like you can get away with a lot of different things in arena. It's really not that bad of a play, but I do lose that one. But yeah, so the dirty rat is a tier 2. It's a 4/5, which like it sounds like it's decent stats, but unfortunately it's not good. Like even the slightly better stats can't really make up for the fact that its ability is most of the time not very helpful. And I hope that they buff the dirty rat because I think it is actually a very interesting and kind of fun unit, but they need to make it a little bit better. And maybe they could just do that by giving it +1/+1, make it like a 5/6, and then people would start taking them, I think, pretty frequently just because they would be quite the advantage on turns like 3 and 4, perhaps. Make the tier 2s actually somewhat useful because most of the tier 2s in this game are just not that good. I did get a lot of swans here, so that was pretty helpful. But swans, for the most part, are pretty costly to go for. Because they're 1/3s, you either have to buy like bone attack or you have to have a really good team already if you want to take them. But yeah, so we can see we lose here because they had like an early ox or something like that, and it's hard to compete with things like that. So, yeah, the purpose of this run wasn't necessarily to actually showcase the dirty rat. I feel like there's plenty of videos out there that are doing that where you go like dirty rat and then you have like camel, kangaroo or something like that, or hippo, kangaroo, blowfish, snake. There's a lot of interesting things, but most of the time it takes too much of your five shop or your 5 animal slots, and it's not really worth it. It can be kind of tricky to get like all the things you want. Like if you're thinking dirty rat, camel kangaroo, or hippo kangaroo, that's 3 spots right there. And then I don't know what your other 2 units are going to be. They're probably going to have to be scalers, and most of the time it's just like it's hard to get that scaling early on. But yeah, we got level 2 giraffe. I put meat on it. Usually a decent enough idea. 2/5, it's like pretty decent stats. If you can get it to 7/5, that's really nice stats. And going for level 3 swan. Uh, yeah, so pretty lucky. And then I'm going for 2 level 2s to get that extra level up potentially. Double can is also interesting. I only have 2 hearts, but I actually go for a bison here, but it's risky. Like having a level 2 and 2/3 thing and then trying to go bison, it's very risky because your odds of seeing one swan on the next turn aren't super high. It's a pretty big gamble, I think, and like the payoff isn't that amazing. Bison's not going to just like instant win you the game, especially a level 1 bison. So I don't really recommend going for bison when you have a level 2 and 2/3 unless if it's something that you know like you're gonna keep around for a while. Like I know I'm gonna keep level 3 swan, and also like if it was a mosquito, I know I would keep that around. But if it's like not one of those two, I don't know. I guess like level 3 fish, who knows? It depends on the stats and everything. But yeah, we got a turtle, that's good, and got the bison scaling along with the giraffe scaling. My plan all along, so actually I should mention this. This was kind of inspired by infected player slash disease on YouTube. You can check him out if you want to. He's got some interesting videos, but he posted a video that had a very unique build that I had not seen at all in this game, and it's pretty surprising, or it's pretty rare to find a build that I've just never seen before. And the build was a gorilla with coconut armor, so you get that by like pilling a hedgehog or by pilling a badger in front of it, and then a 1-up 50/50 badger in front of it. So pretty much the purpose is that the coconut armor will absorb all of that damage because a 50/50 will kill through melon armor, and the front badger, it does a lot. And then it will spawn a 1/1 badger that will also go off, and it will gain coconut armor again since it's a level 2 gorilla. And so it's just a really unique build that I just had not seen before, and I pretty much just stole this idea and decided to make my own video about it. That's what I do, yes. But there's only so many builds in this game, and when you see one that's really unique, I feel like you gotta try it out, right? And it's really hard to get a coconut armor gorilla in this game. I think it's like, yeah, it's pretty tough, and so I figured like, what's an easier way to try to get that? And I kind of realized that Dirty Rat. Also, I can't remember. Maybe he actually just posted a comment, and I just stole that idea too. But the idea is you get a Dirty Rat to activate the coconut armor. You put a really strong badger in front, you have it sacrifice the Dirty Rat, and then it will just give free coconut armor to the gorilla. So that was the idea for this run, and it turned out to work pretty well. The problem is that's 3 units right there, and then, you know, you usually want 2 scalers on your team, depending on, I guess, like, if you count Bison, I guess is scaling. Yeah, there's just like, you just want at least 2 scalers on your team. You can have 3 with Bison, or you can have, like, I don't know, you can go 4, you can have 5. Like, there's no limit to how much scaling you can have. You can have Penguin, Monkey, Giraffe, Bison, I don't know, seal or something, and I'm sure that would work out pretty well if you can actually get that going. But it might be a little difficult at first. Level 2 gorilla, it's got some decent stats. I managed to buy a decent amount of cans, and I was buffing it with the monkey a little bit. And now I decide to go with the front badger, but I need that dirty rat. So I was rolling really slow because I was worried I was gonna roll right past it. I almost did. It took me a few seconds to even see this dirty rat, but there we go. I only need level 1 dirty rat. Level 2 is not going to do anything. Like, maybe I could go level 3 and have it activate the coconut armor twice, but that seems very pointless. And now, yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Got level 2 monkey, we got the bison, but the bison's not scaling because I sold the swan. And so just have the monkey scaling. Luckily the dolphin didn't hit the dirty rat, and there we go. You can see how it works. Free coconut armor, pretty nice, and then the bison kind of takes care of the rest. So that's the idea for this build. A snake would be interesting. Put a snake behind that gorilla. We're guaranteed to get a couple triggers off of that, but that's pretty risky because I can't sell my only scaler, and then my other unit is by far my biggest unit. But, you know, if things had gone a little bit differently and I hadn't gone bison, then maybe there's a chance I could put a snake behind that gorilla and have a true, like, dirty rat build that would go so well. And look at that, the snake snipe actually just gave us coconut armor. Kind of the problem with gorilla is that once you get it to level 2, you rarely get to see actually, like, double coconut armor. It usually just dies in 2 hits. So you get the coconut armor and then it, like, hits something and then it just dies the next one. So getting to level 2 usually doesn't help too much. Also, I don't really have any way to scale this gorilla. Like, in this situation, maybe penguin would be better than monkey to actually scale everything, but it worked out pretty well here. And there we go, that's 10 wins. It worked out very nicely. The gorilla didn't have super high stats, but yeah, there we go. Front badger does again. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.